Hello, Carlos. How are you?
Where are you?
Can you hear me? Fine.
I
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Linda, how you doing?
I'm just waiting. I was playing with my phone and I'm just waiting.
He was actually waiting a little bit too. I said, well, let me give it a few minutes, let everybody kind of settle in and see. Yeah. Now he may have stepped away because I see that he's probably okay.
Oh, Lindell.
Very good. I got it.
Hello.
Linda, today we're going to be speaking with Barbara, and she has a very large French audience, and so we're going to be doing an interview. They have a couple of questions that they want to ask you. So what's going to happen is she'll put the question out and then I'll kind of convey. Now you may just be able to understand her, but if not, what I'll do is kind of interject and basically repeat the question. These people are going to be looking for sometimes specific answers about manifestation, mindset, and so forth. So I kind of want to keep it on track so that they can feel like they have their answers. Just bear with me.
Oh, there she is.
Also,
Yeah. You didn't see me.
you didn't
No,
see
Okay.
me?
no, there was a,
Ah.
I don't know. Yes, very nice to meet you too.
Yeah, so again,
Nice to meet
Barbara.
you.
Linda, Barbara,
Nice to have you here in the French community of Neville Goddard.
she was saying it's nice to have you in the French community of Neville Goddard.
Oh, you know, there was a person who was so honest with himself. You understand? He was honest with himself. It's very hard to accomplish.
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, we're so conditioned to the ongoing drama that, and we're told to be in the world, but not to be of the world.
Was that person Neville Goddard?
That person was Neville Goddard. Yes.
Okay. So, Barbara, so that we can be sensitive of time, do you want to ask the first question and we'll move from there?
Okay. I didn't prepare the question, so do you have the question, you, Carlos,
I,
here?
I, I'm sure I can pull it up on my phone.
Okay.
Hold on.
If not, I open my email.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
It's okay.
Okay, so one of her questions, Lindo, is how does a person develop more faith?
I've been working on that one for a long time. It never stops. If you're looking, you'll find. Right? Isn't that what you're told?
Yeah.
Seek and you shall find. Not maybe, not maybe, or if you're a good guy or a good woman or whatever, as you think you are. It's that simple. And if you keep it simple, you remember it. See, that's what happens. People get caught up in the stories of scripture, and it really it's far reaching for them to make sense out of it. I read it several times before Neville Goddard opened my eyes to the fact that it was not secular history, it was divine history. It's happening right now, this day, today, this hour. This is the hour for desired change. Oh, there's always going to be change. I mean, it's what this is, a world of ideas, attitudes, change. But you see, the point is you were given choose this day. And aware or unaware, it's always this day. So you're always on. Am I going too long?
No, you're
No,
good.
no, it's fine.
So, bottom line is we do, faith happens by doing. Is that correct?
Look, everybody is doing something. The question you ask yourself is, am I the one who chose it? Or is my environment choosing for me? I mean, that's the question, isn't it?
Meditation. someone inquired about meditation, and I know that this was a challenge for you early on. What did you do to keep your mind from wandering?
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. And this is 55 years later, and I'm still working on holding on.
Yeah.
See, you have to learn to let go. So you can't make yourself do something. I mean, really, I know you think you're making it, but we'll go into that later. The point I want to make is that you're always on. You understand? Always on. Oh, not on TV or something, but I mean, you're on all the time. And what you're doing is thinking, what? It's that simple. You know something? See, everybody's always asking me, well, can you make it, simple? Hello? It didn't, wasn't that simple? See, look, I know how simple it is, and I have positive proof because I got it. You understand? I was revealed to myself. Hello, hi, how are you? And I don't know if people still do that, do they?
They still do.
They still do, huh? Well, and I would say possibly not enough.
Yeah, true. This is Barbara and I were talking recently, and she was practicing some techniques and so forth, and she started discovering herself, and so she's going through this journey. But the truth of the matter is, to go back to what you just said, not enough people are aware of who they are.
Yeah, really. And I'm still becoming aware. You understand? There's no limit to your understanding. Uh, and it just and they fell backwards.
Mm-hmm.
When he told them who he was, they just fell backwards. Their mind could not accept this, but they liked what he was talking about, and maybe some got a lot more out of it than you might think.
Yeah.
And that's what this is right now. I'm looking. People tell me, well, the way you talk to people, it'd be a wonder you have a following at all. And I go, I'm not looking for a following. I'm looking for teachers.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm out here. It's just.
I think for me, the worst is the emotions, because I know it's simple. They say us, it's simple. You just have to choose your think. You are always thinking something. I know that. And when we go deeper and deeper, now I'm aware and I can choose my think. But I know that before, to become aware, this was very difficult to go through emotions, because we know that we have two ways of thinking. You can think it's bad or you can think it's good. But when we are going through emotions, it's very, very difficult. And I observe this in myself, and I'm trying to help people with emotion, because they can be 2 or 3 days with affirmation or positive thinking, but it's not that. It's to be aware of who we are. And if we are not going deeper and get through the emotion, I think it's very difficult. So how can they go through this emotion?
I listened. Actually, I had 6 Yeah, 6 of Neville's tapes. And I played those nightly for years. And all it does is keep reinforcing you because you remember more precisely. And that's the whole show. I mean, the whole show actually is our attitudes toward life in general. I mean, that's for everybody. Your general feelings about life here on earth. What? What does it mean to you? See, we weren't put here to suffer. And that was no, that had nothing to do with it. That was dreamed up out of man's mind. And that's what all of this is. This is all a dream out of man's mind. And you call it religion. Oh, okay. So call it religion. But actually, the religion is you thinking, feelingly, emotionally, that drives your world on and on and on and out, and you experience it. What else could you experience but what you're paying attention to? Because what you're paying attention to has your life. I mean, literally, it does have, and for how long? Well, I don't know. How long you hold that idea. See, we're very double-minded too also. And then we're told that do not let the double-minded man think he will anything. And that's really that's it. You agree with it right now, and you're thinking feelingly about it right now, but what about 10 minutes from now?
Yeah.
I want to interject some because I like what you said. She was asking about emotions, and you asked the question, and this is so true. What are we paying attention to? That's key.
That is your emotion.
Yeah.
Constantly on all the time. See? And every time you run off a little scenario there, you're just planting the field again. Hey, look, I'll tell you this, seriously though, you will actually experience what you're thinking feelingly about most of the time. We're not telling you to watch every thought or that because I'm I'm well aware we're not that aware yet, but even now I'm still, that's my struggle is to stay aware. Because look, if you're lost in thought and you say, well, I'm enjoying it, well, then you're not lost.
Yeah.
See, it's how you talk to yourself. That regardless of what's going on out around you, you're talking to yourself while I'm talking to you.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah, I know you're doing both. You see, but that's the thing. I'm telling people that they're being conditioned out of their minds because you hear over and over and over the wrong message. The message of how sick you are and all of that, and on and on and on. And they're doing the same thing that you did when you were in school. Reiteration, over and over and over. And they hook you. Look, people tell me, oh, I don't pay no attention to those commercials. Hey, look, we're not always voicing out loud what we're thinking.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to keep an eye on. See, because we're always delivered into our own inequities. They're our own. We dreamed them up. See, See, that's another thing. People don't understand. They come talking about they're dreaming of monsters. Well, yeah, yeah, you are. If you're experiencing them, yeah, you're dreaming them up. And how? Why do you do that? Well, what do you do before you go to bed? That's a question. You just ask yourself, what am I going to dream about tonight? And you say, well, how do I know I'm going to dream? Well, say it. Your say is a valid say. If I tell you to say something, that's how I got it. I was told to say something, and I said it. And I said it in a way, there's no other way to say it. Let go, let God. There it is.
So there's a question, Lindell, and it says, in the wish fulfilled, when you're operating from the wish fulfilled, are you in a feeling state or belief state? When there's something you want to manifest, are you doing one or the other? Or are you doing both? Which state are you in the wish fulfilled?
This way, that way, this way, that way, this way. And it comes down to, you say, you tell yourself it's logic. Look, you're always thinking ahead of your evidence. See, when you put your finger up next to your cheek like that, see, you thought about it before you did it.
Okay.
Oh,
Maybe.
that's right. It may be just a teeny bit of time, but you're always thinking ahead of your evidence. So if you're always thinking ahead of your evidence, that means you're in control of your evidence. If you're in control, if you're the one directing your self-talk, that's what you're here for. You're here as a director of your own conversations. God gave you, all of us, use this day. And I got a surprise for you that was a surprise to me. It's always this day. You're on all the time. What are you on? What is it you're talking to yourself about? Is it lovely and a good report? Fine, continue. But if it isn't, why? If as you think you are, why would you? I don't know. I don't know. People, in private interviews, people drive you crazy. They tell you, they want to tell you their story, and you're telling me, no, there's no need to tell me your story. I believe me, in 55 years of this, I think I've heard probably all the stories. So I don't need to know your story. I just need to know, what are you thinking right now? Because you're thinking ahead of the evidence of what you're thinking right now, and you will experience it. Now, that's a very simple idea, and there's no parameters on that use whatsoever. That's the potential that you're given to choose from whatsoever, and certainly you can think of better. Yes.
It's maybe like respect, ourselves also, maybe. We can call it respect ourselves, choose our thinking to respect ourselves, love.
Okay. But you're told, blessed is
Yeah.
the man that does not condemn himself for that which he has allowed. See, right there, that's total forgiveness. You're starting afresh right there. Now, I mean, all you Just ask yourself, do you believe God's promises?
Yeah, maybe this is the question we have to, but all the community, not all the community, but most of the people in the French community, they have troubles with emotion, fear, anxiety, and they are not able to choose their thinking. I think it's deeper.
It's all fear.
Yeah,
You're just giving a lot of different names to fear.
yeah, fear.
So bottom line, they're fearful. God says, I am with you always. I will never leave you. Omnipresence. Do you believe God's promises?
Yeah, I understand. Mhm. But I think the most simple for me, it's to be present. It's the more simple for me is to be present. Because when just I am, without thought, during, I don't know, 2 or 3 seconds, after it's very easy to choose the thinking. Because during these 2 seconds, I'm present, I'm here, I am, just I am. This is God. I am. And in this place, I can choose my thinking with faith, without repeating, without making a lot of affirmation, just to be present and to choose.
Yeah, well, you're told just go in the closet, close the
Yeah.
door, shut the world out for a time. And what do you do when you're alone? Speak to your Father. There it is. And so Jesus was telling you, I and my Father are one, even as you and I are one. So you're only talking to the one right
Yeah.
here. See? And about what? I'm not asking you to tell me, but about what? That's you asking, well, where are we going? Where are we going with this? Is it taking me where I want to go? If it isn't, well, what am I? Why am I even playing with it? See, you're always looking to entertain yourself. So you step outside of yourself and entertain yourself. But it all goes right here. You're told, blessed is the man that does not condemn himself for that which he has allowed. There it is. Total forgiveness right there. See, it's the only thing hard on you is you.
I want to interject something going back to the community. A lot of times, sometimes Mr. Lindell will say, I don't need to know your problems. And a lot of times what we want to do is be empathetic. But in doing so, you said something, Barbara, and I want to touch on it. You said being present. And Mr. Lindell said the same thing, going to the closet. You guys were saying the exact same thing. And the problem is we haven't taken the community into the closet so that they can get the reason why they're fearful, if I'm operating in I am, and I know exactly what you mean, for those few seconds, there is no fear. There is no discouragement. But it's getting the person, because it's like Peter walking on the water. He's looking at all the stuff going on around him, so he got distracted. Mr. Lindell will say it often, can you think your next thought? Most of the people, as you know, in your community, in my community, they're distracted. And so they're distracted by what's going on without. They're distracted by the economy. They're distracted by where their next meal, but they don't go into the closet and discover I am.
It's what everybody is operating from all over the whole world. Everybody's working with the same equipment. God is no respecter of persons. See, if whatever you need, he tells you, you receive not because you ask not.
Yeah.
Or that you're asking amiss. See, you always receive what you expect. Right? See, so that's what you have to learn to do. You have to learn to expect. I am that. See, it changes the whole field of play. You're back in charge again. You see, you were given charge when he gave you choose this day, and whether or not it happens to just always be this day. We're so slow to pick up on. God's very humorous too, but we're so slow to pick up on these things because we read over them. Yeah, they're not nice bold print. I mean, you just kind of read right over it, but it doesn't penetrate. See, and that's what you want to be aware of. What is penetrating? Whatever you're doing in your life now is what has penetrated.
Yeah.
See, you're always thinking ahead of your evidence. Always. See, you just thought of moving your hand off of your face there.
Yeah.
If you understand the simple words, as you think you are. See, that's the whole story. Until you don't change your mind, you don't change your world. And that's what you're being told to do. Change your mind, change your world. And the first does the second. So there's nothing you need to do if you actually hand it over to God. Did he not say, let go, let God? He's just told to say right away, let go, let God. Why wouldn't you let it go? See, a closed fist can't let go of it. So if you're angry with yourself about anything, see, well, aren't we not told that all denial is self-denial?
Yeah.
There it is. Your thinking is either denying you or it's helping you. And you are told that all the help you need is nearer than hands and feet.
Yeah. Yeah, yes.
I'm here right now. See, we're always out there, all around out, but all of that's secondhand. Isn't it? It's all secondhand. What you're looking for is new ideas. So you're told not to judge by appearances. Because if you're judging by appearances, well, you just keep replanting those bad ideas in your head. And you can do that totally unconscious that you're doing it. See, you're the one who was given choose the route. Wherever you're at, that's the route you've chosen. See, God doesn't make mistakes. When he tells you choose this day, the warning that kind of goes with that is be aware not to imagine mischievous imagining, because imagining creates the real in this drama man, this play of humanity. And it is a play. Shakespeare had it perfectly. All the world's a stage, all the men and women are merely actors, and each one plays many parts. It's only a part you're playing. but you can be in charge of the part you're playing. As a matter of fact, you are, whether you know it or not, you are in charge because your say is a valid say. Whatever you're saying whatsoever, that's what you have to choose from. But remember, if you're experiencing it, you chose it, or it didn't happen.
Yeah, we choose it, but maybe unconsciously, no?
Yeah,
We choose it, but
sometimes.
maybe, yeah.
And what he's asking the listener to do is to become more aware. You've said it before. I hear when you're talking that you really want to be really empathetic for your audience, but sometimes in doing so without saying, listen, like one of the questions is, how can I control my imagination so that I'm not contradicting my desire, for example? The way that we do that is, as Mr. Lindell said early on, repetition, repetition. Now, most people want this by osmosis. They just want magically, they think, and all of a sudden all their thoughts are perfect. But it doesn't happen like that. It happens with us building upon thought, upon thought, upon thought, upon thought, upon thought. And this is what he keeps saying, repetition. What he's saying, as you and I both know, is very simple. But the application, because we've been so conditioned to, as Mr. Lindell will often say, the drama man, the application is difficult because we think, this is who I am. This is who I am, and we throw our hands up, but it's not. What do you have, Mr. Lindell?
Yeah, it pretty well nails it down. Look, what is it that you want out of this life that you're living right now at the moment? But what is it that you're passionate about? See, because if you will focus on those things, that will just creep right into your life, and you'll go, "Wow, that really worked pretty good." And it will if you let it. You see, it says, let go and let God. And someone says, well, that doesn't get me, that doesn't talk about me because I'm not religious. Okay? But you are a thinking, feeling being. And thinking, feelingly, you're told in Scripture, that's what man is, that's what man is doing, that's what his world is, he's experiencing. You're always thinking ahead of your evidence. You understand? You're setting up your life moment by moment. You are the one who's in charge. Even if you're out of control, you're still the one steering because you were given choose this day. And God can't interfere with that. He can't enter in and do you a favor of any kind. He gave you choose this day. Now, he can't come in now and say, oh, well, but maybe not that, or maybe not that. No. It is open for you to choose. Choose wisely, you're told. What is wisely? See, you might want to consider what wisely would be, because I see and I hear stories of things that I'm going, wow. People get out of tune with the hold of the whole universe. And as a matter of fact, it's all right here. You see, this is not church. This is the theater of mind. All vision has its appointed hour. Why not envision the most beautiful thing, the most wonderful idea to experience, and do so consistently, persistently for a time, and see if it's true. Yeah, it says, test me now herewith and see if I won't open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. You don't even have room to receive it all. It's that the individual really does not or has not settled on what it is that he really wants. And so he's kind of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth in his thinking and feeling. And it tells you that the double-minded man doesn't do anything. He gave you choice to choose this day and whatsoever to choose from.
Early in your experience, when you first heard Neville and this stuff was brand new, how did you get over those challenges of fear, not being able to focus, your thoughts going all over the place? How did you begin to gather control? What worked for you?
I'm still gathering control. Really, look, you're told very plainly to be in the world, but not to be of the world. But you see, having this body thing is very demanding. When it's hungry, it don't care about what you're thinking about. You want to eat. Well, see, if the hunger comes upon you to know first person, it will. If you're looking for it, you see, you're told, seek and you shall find. Shall find. See, now maybe shall find if that's what you're looking for. And let me tell you this also. What it is you're looking for is also looking for you. How about that? See, that's the two who agree.